To wire two zone valves with only two thermostat wires, you will need to add an additional 24 volts alternating current transformer. Firstly, let's review the materials required. You'll need a 24 volts alternating current transformer with a 120 volts alternating current primary, 2-wire cable, and wire nuts. Now let's proceed with the wiring instructions. Step 1 is to install the transformer. Mount the transformer near the zone valves and connect the transformer's primary side, that is, the 120 volts alternating current side, to household power. Be sure to follow all local electrical codes and safety precautions when working with electrical power. It is always recommended to turn off the power before working on any electrical connections. Step 2 involves wiring the transformer to the zone valves. Connect one wire from the secondary side, the 24 volts alternating current side of the transformer, to the C terminal on one zone valve. Next, connect the other wire from the transformer to the C terminal on the other zone valve. The C terminal provides a common connection point for the zone valves. Step 3 deals with wiring the thermostat wires to the transformer. Connect the two thermostat wires from the boiler to the R and W terminals on the transformer. These wires carry the signals from the thermostat to the transformer, indicating when heat is needed in each zone. Step 4 explains how to wire the zone valves to the thermostat. Connect the zone 1 wire from the thermostat to the 1 terminal on the first zone valve. Then connect the zone 2 wire from the thermostat to the W2 terminal on the second zone valve. These wires send the signal from the thermostat through the transformer to open the respective zone valve. Step 5 focuses on wiring the thermostat. Connect the R wire from the thermostat to the R terminal on the boiler, and connect the W wire from the thermostat to the W terminal on the boiler. The R and W wires connect the thermostat to the boiler's control system. Now, some additional notes that are worth mentioning. The C terminal on the zone valves provides a common ground for the thermostat signals. If the transformer does not have C terminals, you can connect the C wires to any unused terminal on the transformer secondary side. Make sure all wire connections are secure and insulated with wire nuts to prevent shorts and ensure safe operation. Always double-check all wiring connections before restoring power to the system. It is important to understand the function of each component in this wiring setup. The 24 volts alternating current transformer steps down the 120 volts alternating current household voltage to a safer 24 volts alternating current level for controlling the zone valves. The thermostat acts as a switch, opening and closing the circuit to signal the boiler to provide heat and to open the appropriate zone valve. The zone valves control the flow of hot water or steam to different zones in the heating system, allowing for independent temperature control in each zone. The wiring configuration shows that when the thermostat calls for heat in a specific zone, the transformer provides the necessary voltage to open the corresponding zone valve, allowing hot water or steam to flow to that zone. This setup allows for efficient and precise temperature control throughout the building. Remember to consult the manufacturer's instructions for your specific zone valves, transformer, and thermostat for any additional wiring or configuration requirements. It is also important to follow all applicable electrical codes and safety regulations when performing any electrical work. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to consult a qualified electrician or HVAC technician. Safety should always be the top priority when working with electrical systems. Always disconnect the power before working on any wiring, and use appropriate safety equipment such as insulated gloves and eye protection. After completing the wiring, thoroughly test the system to ensure that it is functioning correctly. Check that each zone valve opens and closes as expected when the thermostat calls for heat in that zone. Monitor the system for any signs of malfunction, such as overheating, unusual noises, or tripped circuit breakers. If you encounter any problems, immediately disconnect the power and troubleshoot the issue. This wiring configuration provides a basic framework for connecting two zone valves with two thermostat wires. Depending on the specific components and system requirements, some modifications or adjustments may be necessary. For example, some zone valves may require additional wiring for end switches or other control functions. It is important to carefully review the documentation for all components and consult with a qualified technician if you have any questions or concerns. Proper wiring and installation are essential for ensuring the safe and efficient operation of your heating system. By following these instructions and taking appropriate safety precautions, you can successfully wire two-zone valves and achieve independent temperature control in your building. Now, let's delve a little more into the specifics of each component and wiring step. Firstly, consider the 24 volts alternating current transformer. The primary voltage of 120 volts alternating current connects to your household power supply. The secondary voltage of 24 volts alternating current provides the low voltage power needed for the zone valve control circuits. When selecting a transformer, ensure it has sufficient volt-ampere or VA rating to handle the load of both zone valves. The VA rating should be higher than the total power consumption of the zone valves. For example, if each zone valve consumes 10 VA, the transformer should have a VA rating of at least 20 VA. Secondly, the thermostat wires from the boiler typically consist of two wires, often labeled R and W. The R wire provides the 24 volts alternating current power from the boiler's transformer, and the W wire is the call for heat signal. In this scenario, we are using these two wires to provide the power and signal to our rated transformer. Thirdly, the zone valves themselves are electromechanical devices that control the flow of water or steam. They typically have a motor that opens and closes the valve based on the signal from the thermostat. The zone valves usually have multiple wires, including the power wires, the control wires, and sometimes end switch wires. In this setup, the C terminal on the zone valve is the common terminal, and the 1 and W2 terminals are the control terminals that receive the call for heat signal from the thermostat. Fourthly, the thermostat acts as the control center for the heating system. It senses the room temperature and sends a signal to the boiler and zone valves to maintain the desired temperature. The thermostat typically has terminals for R, W, and sometimes other functions such as fan control or emergency heat. The R wire provides the 24 volts alternating current power, and the W wire sends the call for heat signal. Fifthly, let's look at the wiring steps in more detail. When connecting the transformer's primary side to household power, ensure that you are using the correct gauge wire and that the connection is secure. Use wire nuts to insulate the connections and prevent shorts. When connecting the transformer's secondary side to the zone valves, use two-wire cable that is rated for low voltage applications. Ensure that the wires are properly stripped and that the connections are tight. When connecting the thermostat wires to the transformer, make sure that the R and W wires are connected to the correct terminals in the transformer. Reversing the wires can cause damage to the transformer or the thermostat. When connecting the zone valves to the thermostat, use the correct gauge wire and ensure that the connections are secure. Use wire nuts to insulate the connections and prevent shorts. When connecting the thermostat to the boiler, make sure that the R and W wires are connected to the correct terminals on the boiler. Reversing the wires can cause damage to the boiler or the thermostat. It's also important to consider the wiring methods and materials used in the installation. All wiring should be installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and local codes. Use appropriate wiring methods such as conduit, cable trays, or surface raceways to protect the wiring from damage. Use wire connectors that are listed for the specific type of wire and application. Label all wiring connections to make it easier to troubleshoot the system in the future. A well-labeled system can save time and effort when diagnosing problems. Regularly inspect the wiring and connections to ensure that they are in good condition. Replace any damaged or worn wiring immediately. Keep the wiring clean and free from dirt and debris. Proper maintenance is essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of the heating system. If you are unsure about any aspect of the wiring or installation, consult with a qualified electrician or HVAC technician. They can provide expert advice and ensure that the system is installed correctly and safely. The NEC, as of 2014, provides guidelines for safe electrical installations. Adhering to these standards ensures safety and code compliance. When running low voltage wiring, such as the 24 volts alternating current circuits for the zone valves, it's important to separate them from high voltage circuits like the 120 volts alternating current wiring to prevent interference and potential hazards. The NEC provides specific rules about the separation and support of different voltage wiring systems. Grounding is another critical aspect of electrical safety. Transformers and enclosures should be properly grounded to prevent electrical shock hazards. The NEC specifies the requirements for grounding electrical equipment. Proper grounding provides a low impedance path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip circuit breakers and protect against electrical shock. Overcurrent protection, such as fuses or circuit breakers, is essential for protecting the wiring and equipment from overloads and short circuits. The transformer should be protected by an appropriately sized fuse or circuit breaker. The NEC provides guidelines for sizing overcurrent protection devices based on the ampacity of the wiring and the rating of the equipment. Wiring should be sized according to the ampacity of the load. The NEC provides tables that specify the allowable ampacity of different types and sizes of conductors. Using undersized wiring can cause overheating and potentially lead to a fire. Furthermore, consider future expansion or modifications to the heating system when planning the wiring. Leave some extra capacity in the transformer and wiring to accommodate future additions or changes. This can save time and money in the long run. Also, document the wiring configuration and keep a record of all wiring connections and component specifications. This documentation will be invaluable for troubleshooting and maintenance. The documentation should include a wiring diagram, a list of components, and any relevant notes or observations. This documentation can be kept in a safe and accessible location near the heating system. In summary, wiring two zone valves with two thermostat wires requires careful planning, attention to detail, and adherence to electrical code and safety regulations. By following these instructions and taking the necessary precautions, you can achieve a safe, reliable, and efficient heating system.